I know what it is. Big MC back at you again with another one. And you know what I'm saying? I appreciate all my subscribers that subscribe to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, won't you do me a favor? Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe button for your boy. Hey, share my content. Tune in to me. You did what I'm saying? Hey, I'm going to drop it every day until I grab y'all attention. You dig what I'm saying? I'm going to get right into this reaction video before I do. This from Drillers. A guy named Driller be dropping stuff. Let's see, he set his wife up to be shot 10 times while their children sleep beside her. Tell me this. How can you do that, bro? How evil can you be? To sit there, I don't like this woman that much that you want to try to take her out while your kids in the bed, bro? That don't make no motherfucking sense. What's wrong with these motherfuckers out here? Anything. Let's get right to the video.
Most people think of their bedroom as one place in the world where nothing bad is supposed to happen. It's where you lock the door, where the lights go out, where your children feel safest. On the night of January 13th, 2024, inside a quiet apartment complex in Orange County, Florida, 3 small children were sleeping beside their mother. They were warm, they were close, they were exactly where they were supposed to be. What no one knew was that within minutes, that bedroom would become a crime scene, and the woman in that bed would never wake up again.
WESH 2 News starts now with breaking news.
Get right to that breaking news tonight out of Orange County, where a woman is dead and a man is injured after a shooting in Orlando. Deputies say it happened just before noon on Woodhill Park Drive near Apopka Vineland Road. That's where WESH 2's Liv Johnson is live tonight. Liv, we're learning a little bit more about those victims. What can you tell us?
Well, Luana, we still have very limited information right now about the victims and about the crime. Now, I'm outside of the apartment complex right now, but we did go inside earlier when we have some video of the scene. We saw about 3 sheriff's office deputies' vehicles inside, gathering evidence and trying to talk to people. We also saw a couple vehicles from the forensics team. This is the Woodhill apartment complex. It's right across the street from West Oaks Elementary School. The sheriff's office says this happened just before noon today. When they got to this apartment complex, there was a man and woman. They were both shot and both said to be in their 30s. That's what we know right now about them. The only detail we have is their age range, which again is in their 30s. The woman was pronounced dead on the scene while the man was transported to the hospital. And the latest we know right now is that that man is in stable condition. Now, this is an active investigation right now. We will update everyone as soon as we know more information on air and online at WESH.com. Luana?
30-year-old Portia Nikita Shanae Streeter was known for 2 things: her kids and her hustle. She worked from home as a hairdresser, cutting and styling hair in the same apartment where she raised 3 children, a 10-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old. To outsiders, it looked like a young mother trying to build a future. But behind closed doors, things were different. Her relationship with the father of her children, Sean Rain Jr., had been spiraling. Friends described it as toxic, full of arguments, full of accusations, and lately, full of fear. Just days before she was killed, Portia had made one final decision. She told Sean to return his key. Whatever was happening between them, she wanted it to end. Sometime in the middle of the night, a 911 call came in. A man's voice, panicked, breathless, claiming something terrible had just happened. He said someone had broken into the apartment, that an intruder had walked in, and that both he and his lady had been shot. When first responders arrived, they found Sean Rain sitting on the floor, bleeding from his arm. The children were rushed out of the apartment, and inside the master bedroom, Portia Streeter was lying on the floor, unresponsive. She had been shot again and again and again, 10 times. At first glance, it looked like a violent home invasion. The bedroom door was damaged, as if it had been kicked in. Sean kept repeating the same story. An intruder came in. Shots were fired. Everything happened too fast. He even told deputies he thought Portia was still alive, that he had been talking to her. But when investigators looked closer, something didn't line up. The blood on Portia's body had already begun to dry, which meant she hadn't just been shot, she had been gone. And suddenly, the story started to feel wrong.
All right, now to breaking news in Orange County, where deputies just arrested 2 men in the murder of a mother of 3. Now, this happened in January of 2024 on Woodhill Park Drive, when deputies say 30-year-old Portia Streeter was shot several times while she slept in bed with her children. The children were not hurt. Investigators say the kid's father told them this was a home invasion and that he was also shot in the arm. But today, deputies announced the father, Sean Range Jr., and a second suspect, Benjamin Garman, are now charged with killing Streeter. Both are charged with first-degree murder.
Days later, someone came forward, a friend of Portia. They brought photos that showed bruises, marks, injuries, taken just days before the murder. They told detectives that Sean had beaten her. Another person confirmed it. The quiet apartment, the stage door, the timing of the blood. Everything began pointing in the direction no one wanted to look, towards someone who was already inside the home.
The mother shot nearly a dozen times while her 3 kids slept by her side. The father of those kids accused of staging a murder and making it look like a home invasion. A Fox 35 News exclusive interview. For the very first time, we're hearing from close friends of that mother. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Luann Sorrell. Fox 35's Manny Martinez is live in Orlando tonight. So Manny, that boyfriend allegedly had his cousin shoot him in the arm to make it appear like he was a victim too.
And Luann, that's all laid out here in these 36 pages for the affidavit for the suspect's arrest. These are usually no longer than 5 or 6 pages at most. So that shows you just how intensive and extensive this investigation has been. Deputies say it came down to good old-fashioned detective work. And tonight, the woman's friend and the sheriff's office say the suspect's story just didn't add up. More than 1 year since Portia Streeter was shot and killed while she was asleep with her own children, her friends are still grappling with the loss.
She was a God-fearing woman. And, you know, if you got to know her, you know she had a gentle spirit.
She's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Deputies say Sean Range, the father of Streeter's 3 kids, worked with his cousin, Benjamin Garman, to kill her and even stage a home invasion. Streeter was just 30 years old. Family and friends describe her as a loving mom and a gifted hair and makeup artist.
She was so talented. You could show her a picture, and I guarantee you, you were going to look like the picture that you wanted.
She died January 13, 2024. Neighbors heard gunshots around 9:30 that morning, but detectives say Range called 911 2 hours later, after the alleged shooter came back and shot him in the arm. We spoke with a neighbor who didn't want to show his face on camera.
He was asking for help and, starting, knocking on people's doors. I was like, oh my God, something really bad happened.
Range told detectives someone forced their way into the apartment, demanded money, went into the bedroom, kicked his 10-year-old son in the head, and started shooting Streeter. In the investigative paperwork, detectives say they found that story unfathomable, adding Portia Streeter's well-being and safety was clearly not his priority.
How dare you pull someone's life away from them? How dare you do God's job? How dare you strip someone of their future? So how dare you strip 3 beautiful kids of their mother?
And deputies laid out some possible motives here in this case. They say the suspect was upset his ex was in a new relationship. The 2 disagreed over the custody of their children. And deputies say the suspect was having some money problems while she was not. Range is due in court next week.
For more than a year, the case stayed open. Detectives pored over phone records, text messages, hours of surveillance footage from the area. What they saw on those cameras changed everything. They didn't just see a random intruder. They saw 2 men. One of them was Sean. The other was someone no one had mentioned before, Benjamin Garman. And after the gunshots, they saw one of those men running, not away from danger, but away from what he had just done.
Arrest has been made after a brutal murder in the Sunshine State back in 2024.
A deputy is taking a man into custody this week in connection to the killing. They say the man who pulled the trigger knew the victim since high school.
Investigators say 30-year-old mother Portia Streeter ran a hairdressing business from her apartment, which became a crime scene in January of 2024. Deputies responding to find Streeter shot to death and her boyfriend, 32-year-old Sean Raines Jr., shot in the upper arm. More than a year later, the Orange County Sheriff's Office arresting Raines for the killing, saying he orchestrated the whole thing along with a man named Benjamin Garman, making it all look like a home invasion.
You're now in a situation where you are looking at life in prison.
Criminal defense attorney Trey Flynn, who's unassociated with the case, says the brutal nature of the killing elevates it.
This is a very, very, very serious crime. In this situation, Mr. Garman is alleged to have shot somebody not just one time, but 10 times. And what does that mean? That means there's an aggravation there. In this sort of homicide case, you're not going to be able to claim self-defense in this sort of situation.
This new mugshot of Garman was taken when he was transferred to Orange County custody. He was previously being held out of county on federal weapons charges, to which he pled guilty. Investigators allege Raines and Garman set up the home invasion killing because of a custody dispute between Raines and Streeter, and because he said Streeter was hiding money from him.
And deputies describe the relationship as toxic, with reports of domestic abuse and infidelity. The victim's cousin says she was a good mom who worked from home as a hairdresser. The investigation into the killing does continue, and we will continue to watch it as well.
According to investigators, the truth was darker than anyone imagined. They believe Sean didn't just want Portia gone, he planned it. He allegedly brought Benjamin Garman in to help make it look real. A fake home invasion, a kicked-in door, a gunshot wound to his own arm. All of it designed to sell the lie. But what couldn't be staged were the 10 bullets that tore through a mother's body while her children slept inches away. Detectives say the motive was simple and terrifying. A bitter custody fight, money, control. Portia wouldn't give up her kids. She wouldn't hand over what Sean believed she was hiding. And she had just cut him off from her home. To him, that was enough. On April 3rd, 2025, more than a year after the night that shattered that apartment, detectives made their move. Sean Raines Jr. was arrested. So was Benjamin Garman. Both now face first-degree murder charges, but no arrest, no trial, no sentence can ever undo what happened in that bedroom. 3 children survived, but they will grow up knowing their mother's last moments were spent protecting them in a place that was supposed to be safe and in a story that was never supposed to end this way. Alright y'all, there y'all have it, man. That's the sad story of Portia Streeter. My condolences to her children and her family, man. Hey, get in that comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Drillers and trappers, we outside trapping and drilling 247. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!
Man, that was so sad, man. Condolences go out to that lady, man. That's messed up. But first of all, I know he had that much hatred in his heart where he'd do something like that in front of 3 kids. And it be like that sometimes. It feel like when the women, financial is better than the males, you know, they get over aggressive. They be like, hey, man, because they don't need that, man. So if they feel any type of disrespect or no type of respect going on in their household, I don't even need you no more. You feel me? And the man, by his financial, it depends on how his financial, because, you know, it's a different way. Because if he low budget, you feel me? He feel like, man, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we built all this, and now you saying this, you want to kick me up out of this motherfucker, man. I ain't going nowhere. And he feel like, all right. And sometimes they take it into, they handle it, the situation the wrong way instead of walking away from the situation. Hey, man, sometimes I know it's hard to walk away from situations that you don't want to leave, but sometimes it's better to do that because you have an opportunity to fix it, you know, or whatever was situation y'all was going on or getting into. You have time to you know, to try to figure it out with each other. You feel me? Like custody of the kids and everything, man, y'all ought to figure that out in the long run, most likely. You feel me? So if it was because she moved on, hey, that's part of a relationship when it's broken. Hey, man, you know, most females don't wait. They move on quick. You know what I'm saying? That's how it be. Hey, males do the same thing. But that's too much hatred in your heart to sit there and just do that in front of your 3 kids. Now the kids ain't got their mama or their daddy. You dig what I'm saying, bro? Like, that was a big mistake. You feel me? Like, you was better off handling it another way, going to court, and you feel she owed you something, man, take it to the court. Hey, man, you feel me? But most likely, anything she owned was she felt like it was hers, you know, because she built her own business from the ground up. Probably without your help, you probably didn't do, you know what I'm saying? You probably didn't do nothing to really get her off her feet. So she felt like, I don't owe you nothing. There ain't nothing in here for you. You feel me? So best thing to you just get up out of here. You feel me? And he couldn't accept that. Most bills be like that, man. But hey, it's better in my eyes to walk away from this situation than to make it worse than what you did, bro. Now you gotta sit behind them bars. I see you smiling and everything, but hey, in the long run, once you sitting down there and you stinking, you know, you up here, you made a mistake, man. And like I said, condolences to that one family and stuff, man. Wish the kids the best, man. That's fucked up that he had to go down like that. He had a fucked up ass daddy, had an evil ass heart that will do something like that over money and child custody or love or whatever it is, you know. Hey, man, if you in love, man, sometimes I know it's hard to walk away, but sometimes you gotta just do that. You just gotta be heartbroken, man. You feel me? And try to get over it if you can, man. Man, that shit be love a motherfucker, man. That shit'll break you down mentally, physically, it, man, so many ways, man. But hey, if you watch this to the fucking end, I want to say I appreciate it, man. And if you're new to my channel, I appreciate you hit that like, subscribe, and that comment for me. You dig what I'm saying? Turn me up. Hey, share my content. You dig what I'm saying? Turn your boy up, Big FC, and be part of Big FC Family TV. You dig? And then you know how I always say it, to the next one. Peace.